Welcome back to round 3 with the Doom ship. Again, the terrible nickname I'm calling this league. 2-0, faced Blue Moon and Blue White Control. Here with Sultai Tracker. Here's a quick little look at the list before we jump in. So this hand is fine. Terrible against burn. Like absolutely god awful against burn. I think I keep this. I have tons of removal. I have a painful mana base though. Okay, I'm probably losing Goyf here. Dark Slick Shores, I could be up against some sort of Delver deck, some Mirror deck, a blue-black control like Thing deck, or it could just be like a Lantern. Play the Misty instead of the Breeding Pool in case it is Lantern, that way they can't highly needle a land away. Alright, Lantern. Do I want a third land? Not really. Hey, 2 trackers. Nice. Oh, my opponent is gonna be so mad. It's already an artifact. There's no instant, so I could see myself maybe blowing something up this turn. Just to make the wave a little bit bigger. What would I even want to blow up? Probably the Lantern. Yeah. Okay, now I have my opponent on a 4-turn clock. Oops, sorry, volume was a bit high there. Next turn I play Tracker, get a clue. Clues are one of the best things I can have in this matchup. I know it helps mill me faster, but it also lets me help redraw. Or I can fight over resources if a specific card I would like to draw. Okay, my opponent concedes knowing I have Abrupt Decay in my hand. They don't even know about the tracker. They know I can start swinging in pretty hard, but they're low on resources, they're blind, and they're digging for a bridge they couldn't find. So, against Lantern, Let me see. What does Lantern typically side against us? Grafdiggers, maybe, to stop a Snapcaster. Sorcerer's Spyglass to stop her Planeswalkers. Karn is an extra win condition. Maybe a Leyline and a Tezzeret. So, either way, I'm bringing the trophy. I'm taking out Fatal Push. I think they run Academy Ruins, so I wouldn't mind Spellbomb as an extra cycle enabler. And also as a way to slow my opponent down potentially. Countersquall is awesome. Unmoored Ego, I'm unsure about. I don't even know what I name. Maybe Bridge, just to lock my opponent out of being able to cast a single bridge. Collective Brutality could be okay here. Disdainful Stroke stops exactly War of Invention, Tezzeret, and Karn. So that's not good. Cards I don't want. I like Veil. She gives me an extra win condition with the Edict. With the Ultimate. I like Last Hope. She rebuys cards that my opponent has discarded, milled, or blown up with a board wipe. I like all of these removal spells here, and I like Countersquall. Cards I don't like. I don't think Unmoored Ego does enough. I think we'll run like this. Collective Brutality doesn't have many hits. The hits it does have are Ancient Stirrings, War of Invention, maybe an Abrupt Decay. Sand is perfectly good. Turn 1 discard, turn 2 creature, turn 3 Liliana, and then the trophy to blow up a bridge. Yep, so I'm probably losing the Thoughtseize or the trophy here. That'd be my best guess. Have to play the Polluted Delta. The last thing I want is them to name Polluted Delta off of like a Sorcerer's Spyglass or a Pithing Needle. Yep. If they could have basically destroyed 2 lands, that would have been absolutely terrible for me right there. Now they have to choose between the Liliana of the Veil. Okay. It's not even a card I have in my hand at the moment. Apparently they're not very afraid of Last Hope. Or they just chose the wrong card. Okay, so they have a Rest in Peace to deal with Liliana rebuys. And I have no way of dealing with that right now. My opponent's Hellbent. I have a very slow clock on them. But Last Hope, if I can dodge a bridge, Last Hope will win the game on her own. It's possible the correct play was to play Creeping Tar Pit and then flash in Snapcaster Mage. That would be the fastest clock I could run. Sure. what's getting discarded here? Lands, thank you. So my win condition now is to just ultimate, last hope, get a million zombies, find an answer for bridge. My opponent is blindly milling me, so... Thought about playing the Liliana of the Veil there, but if I drew an answer for Pithing Needle, I would just be blowing up the bridge instead. I'd rather crack a clue. I also thought about playing Scavenging Ooze, but if my opponent draws a Bontus or a Damnation, I'd be in a pretty bad spot. I don't really want to do that either. There's no reason not to play Veil right there. Keeping her in my hand doesn't do me any good. I don't have any clues to crack, which is different from last time. So Welding Jar is going to make this very difficult because now I need 2 answers for bridge. Don't mind overextending now because I have the Liliana emblem, so that alone is enough. I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. That Welding Jar really stinks, though. Okay, so I got the first piece of interaction I need. Oh, they have Spellskite too, so I need 3 pieces of interaction. I think they might just have me here. Yep. Alright. Might be locked out officially now. It's possible I blow up the Rest in Peace, which would make my Snapcaster Mage live. I think that's actually the play. Blow up the Rest in Peace, and then I can have all my targets get turned on. Sure. So I think I can get another bridge or another welding jar. Not dead, but I have to get really, really lucky to win this. Still have exactly 2 answers left, right? I have two Assassin's Trophies and 1 Abrupt Decay left. Odds of me getting them are very, very slim. Haven't seen Rest in Peace and Lantern's sideboard before. It's interesting. Was not expecting that, and it's going to win them the game here. Makes Snapcaster Mage a lot worse. Also made The Last Hope basically just something that says, if I ever get through your bridge, I win. So I have 2 trophies, 1 decay left. Same as it's been. I think Lantern's a neat deck, it's just kind of boring to play against. Jace. I guess Jace would win me the game if I could get to him. Possibly mill you faster than you're milling me at the moment. Still have 3 outs. Haven't seen any sideboard cards yet. My opponent drawing another bridge is not good news for me, because now I need all 3 of my outs. I put myself at 0.5% chance of winning here. At the very least, we can talk about how many zombie tokens I have here. I don't think I've ever gotten this many online before. In paper one time, in a modern match, I got over 1,000. My opponent also had over 1,000, so we were kind of a stalemate. Opponent helped us out by not playing the bridge. Actually, really no reason to Thoughtseize. Token limit reach. I didn't even know that was a thing. I wonder how long that's been going on for. Come on, MTGO. You can't deal with the thousands and thousands? Okay. Abrupt Decay is on top. It's one of the cards I need. There's another answer I need. Opponent has done a fantastic job of keeping me from getting clues, which is one of the only things I could use to try to fight over getting these trophies and decays in my hand. They're also smart in preventing me from killing the Rest in Peace, which would have turned my Snapcaster on. So I have one trophy left. So my opponent got the lock. Do I make them play it out? It's going really slow with all these tokens in play. I really don't want to win because my opponent's slow, but don't want to lose because give my opponent more time. One of the rules in MTGO is that you have to play within the chess clock. I actually really like it. I admire it. As a slow player myself, I think it's a necessary function. Like why should I be punished because my opponent plays slower? It's actually something that I really actively dislike in paper. I don't like hurrying my opponents up, but in fact I rarely do because I feel bad doing it. But in a case like this, where I haven't done a damn thing in a while, in paper I would absolutely scoop here. It's the reason why Abzan Counters Company is a little rough online, and why I usually stick to friendly leagues with it. In friendly league, I would scoop here, but this is a competitive league. And I want to do everything I can to get that trophy. So there's actually nothing left in the deck. Yeah, I already knew that though. Veil really is my only out, but she's locked down. Did another turn or so. My opponent smells blood. I'm down to 4. Thing is, they're forced to keep playing because if they have 2 cards in their hand, they're dead. Okay. Man, Golgari Charm would have won me the game here. Making all those zombies 1/1s. Super Secret Tech against Lantern Control. Last Hope Emblem and Golgari Charm. Then again, your opponent would know what's in your hand, but... So my opponent does play Tezzeret. That is worth noting. I got a little bit of information here. My opponent can see my entire deck, so not really worried about that. But, man, all they have to do is just hit... Just F6. Just... There you go. Ate an extra 30 seconds off their clock just to... when I had 0 cards left in my library. Don't hate Unmoored Ego. It does say target opponent. They do bring ley lines in. That's also target opponent, so might as well cut that out. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Goyf, turn 3 Unmoored Ego, absolutely keep. Their Inquisition can take a card out of my hand. I think I'd rather keep my hand. I want an extra green source because I have 2 black in my hand. Okay, rest in peace, which I can't cast. I was hoping my opponent would take an extra turn to drop the Codex Shrekers, but there's really no reason for them to. In doing so, I could have Unmoored Ego and dumped that out of their hand. It's possible I should have Unmoored Ego naming Bridge there, or naming Rest in Peace or something, but I really wanted to get Leon of the Veil down when I could. I'm going to see a whir for a bridge here, I think. Yep. Or Pithing Needle, sure. if I'm gonna cast Unmoored Ego, I think the only thing I'm really afraid of is Bridge. Rest in Peace would shrink Goyf, then I can blow it up. So they run 3 Ensnaring Bridge. I think they have a Rest in Peace. No. They shuffled away the Rest in Peace. There it is. So things that I have to worry about: 1 Tezzeret. What wins in the game? Besides straight mill, just the Tezzeret and the Rest in Peace. So now it's a race to my opponent digging for a Rest in Peace with me racing with a Tarmogoyf. I have Assassin's Trophy in hand. If I don't like what they are going to make me discard, oh, I no longer have Assassin's Trophy in hand. Yep, my opponent's desperately drawing for an answer. Spellskite would do it. Give him another turn. Got it. Okay, so sorry about boring round 2. I probably should have just scooped. You can see here, I really actually, I do think Unmoored Ego actually did a really good job here, knocking out their bridges and getting to see their deck, which again, I'll pull it up over here. The only thing I had to worry about from their deck was the bridge and a singleton Tezzeret. It's really the only way they can beat me without mill. They didn't have any source of life gain or anything else, so I was just really needed to beat them down, and stopping the bridge let me do that. So that was round 3. I will see you in the next round.